Okay, welcome to the MetLife Stadium. I am here on behalf of the New York Jets today, shooting their game against the Buffalo Bills for Monday Night Football, all on film. So I've got loads of old film cameras, and the reason I'm here today actually is because they're wearing some special throwback jerseys and throwback uniforms that go back, kind of inspired by the 60s onwards. So I've got a load of cameras from around that sort of era that I'm going to be shooting the game on today, but here we are. It's bloody windy, don't know if you could tell, but my hair is probably giving it away. I'm going to look like a drowned rat at the end of this game. But so happy to be here. Thank you again to the Jets for asking me out. The unique thing about today's game is that I'm going to be developing and scanning the film on site live so that we can publish the results whilst the game is going on. And to do that, I've brought Will over from Analog Wonderland, who's currently stationed up in the bathroom by the locker room inside. So let's go pay him a visit and see what he's doing. Right, Will, test roll for you. I shot that in the locker room just now.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is Will's going to Will's going to mix up all the chemicals and develop that roll of film that I've just shot to make sure that we have a system that's working, basically. But I'm confident. I feel like we've got a good setup here.
It's a perfect setup.
Right.
It actually smells better than it did.
It still doesn't smell great.
Okay, so here's the part where Will sets up our little mobile darkroom to develop all of the film. That brown stinky stuff you saw just then is one part of the chemicals needed to develop colour film, and it needs to be mixed with water that is a certain temperature, which is why Will had to microwave it to bring it up to the right temperature for mixing. He actually used that plastic bin to keep the warmed water in to start with, but it got a bit too cold too quickly, so we had to use some smaller bottles. Once the chemicals are mixed, they have to be kept at the right temperature as well, which is normally done with a proper temperature control system, but Will's didn't work with the lower voltage of the American sockets, so we had to improvise, hence the microwave. Then these showers were going to be used as the film drying area where Will could hang all of the developed negatives to dry before scanning them in. And so this is Will pouring the heated water in to keep the developing chemicals at the right temperature to develop the film, hopefully. We also use this automated machine called an AGO film processor to actually do the developing of the film, which basically keeps the film spinning in the chemicals long enough to develop everything properly. It's actually a wicked bit of kit as it has a built-in thermometer which automatically adjusts how long the film needs to be developed depending on the temperature of the chemicals. What's great about this setup is Will doesn't actually need the room to be dark because all he needs to do is load the films into the developing tank in what's called a changing bag, which is where you put everything in and zip it up and put your hands in so it's in the dark. And then once the film is in the tank, it's light tight. So it means that Will can develop everything in daylight, which makes things much easier. So there are two steps to this. First, pouring in the developer and leaving the machine to develop the film for about 3 minutes or so, then pouring that out and pouring in the Blix, which stands for bleach and fix, and repeating that process for 8 minutes or so with that one. All you need to do after that is give the film a final rinse, and we should hopefully have some beautifully developed negatives ready to hang up to dry. Is this one of the weirder jobs you've had to do as part of your role at Analog Wonderland?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think so.
And we are looking good. So now we have to scan the film in to go onto my computer. And to do this, we used a digital camera with a macro lens and a light box to hold the film over. So you get the camera nice and close to the negatives. And then Will takes a photo of each frame with a digital camera. And once he's done the entire roll, he imports those photos into Lightroom on my computer. From there, it's just a case of inverting those negative scans and voila! pitch side. It's about 40 minutes until kickoff now. This is a Pentacon 6 from the 1960s. It's a medium format camera. It's got the little waist level viewfinder, and I've got some expired Ilford XP2 black and white film loaded in there right now. Aside from that though, I'm just getting all my stuff ready. So I've got like cameras and everything round by me to my right here with all my film, getting lens on cameras, filming camera bodies, getting ready to go for kickoff. Gonna load some cine still into this Canon EOS 1 with the 16-35 on, because I think getting the floodlights all nice and orby will be really nice. Good to go. Alright, so warm-ups are done, players are in the locker rooms now, about to get ready, and yeah, hopefully shot some decent stuff in the warming up. I didn't get too much because it never gets used very much, so I'm kind of saving the rolls of film for the actual game, but I'm hoping to get some cool stuff of the team as they run out through this like corridor thing here. Which should be cool. So we're going to do that in a second, and then the game gets underway in about 25 minutes. So yeah, exciting. By the way, it's freezing. My hands are going to fucking freeze off this way. I'm going to have to wear some gloves. Brought the weather with me from the UK. Okay, first quarter's come to an end. It's 10-7 to the Jets, which is good. It's been a good game so far. I've dropped 4 rolls of film off to Will so far. I've got a couple more that I'm going to go in and give to him now to develop. I'm really excited to see how these are starting to come out. Let's go see how Will's getting on. Yes, boy. Well done, Will.
All right.
It's a little weird that Will keeps asking us to go in the shower with him, isn't it, I think? So at this point in the game, I wandered up to the top of the stands to shoot some photos using my 125-year-old Kodak Panoramic. This camera takes mega wide panoramic photos, and I thought it'd be cool to shoot the stadium using this to get a perspective on how massive the whole thing was. So I loaded it with some black and white film, and here's the result. This photo wasn't developed on site on the day because we would have had to stitch it together and it would have just been too difficult on the night. So I took it back with me and got the guys in the Analog Wonderland lab in the UK to do it once I'd got back. Okay, end of the game. It was an absolute rush. Annoyingly, the Jets lost by 3 points, but we managed to get the stuff out during the game. It's a massive feat. Thank you to Will from MetLife Wonderland, who's been working his arse off in the makeshift dark room in the bathroom back there in the sort of belly of the MetLife Stadium. Now I've just got to pack away all my stuff, which is all down here, and get into the inside where we're going to carry on scanning a few rolls of film before we head back to the hotel. But I would say, apart from the result, great success. Well, we did it.
We did it.
I mean, you did it mostly, but
Yeah.
I suppose I gave you the rolls of film to develop. How do you think it went, Will? You happy?
I am actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It went pretty well.
I'm really happy. Like, I think the results came out actually even better than I was expecting them to. So now we're packing up, drying up, pouring away liquids, and generally getting ready to go and have a long old sleep, I think. The time is, in the UK right now, my watch is still on UK time, it is 5:17 a.m. So
5 hours we've been awake.
yeah, that's true. So yeah, feeling great. I actually feel fine, weirdly.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
I am a weirdo. Anyway, the very final roll of film is hanging up here. This was some expired, very expired actually, as you can tell by the way it looks. Kodak Gold. Oh yeah, there's loads of blank frames at the end. There's definitely something going on, isn't there?
Yeah, it's because they're all bunched up.
It all
together.
squished up here. Yeah, lots of overlapping frames, annoyingly. But we move. Anyway, now to pack up and head back to the hotel. Will, thank you for all your hard work. It's been epically good, and very pleased that you could have come and done this with me.
Yeah,
So,
it was,
Put it there, my friend.
it was fun. No, it wasn't fun. It was interesting.
Oh, I had fun, at the very least. But yeah, let's head back to the hotel now. So there we go, we did it. I can't believe it. We somehow managed to shoot, develop, scan, and post film photos on Instagram in collab with the Jets, all before the game had even finished. And I'm seriously happy with how it came out, basically. Thank you so much to the Jets for having me, and a massive thank you to Will for putting up with that whole ordeal. I think he was getting fairly stressed at certain points, hauled up in that bathroom at the MetLife Stadium, but he did an absolutely amazing job. I think he absolutely smashed it. The photos looked incredible. So thank you to Will. Thank you to the Jets. What an experience. And how do you think the photos came out? I'm really happy, I think. I mean, looking at them, editing this video, I don't think there's a way you could really tell that they weren't processed in a lab and scanned at a lab. So kudos to Will and his whole setup for doing it so brilliantly. Let me know which photo was your favorite, though, from the game in the comments below. And if there's a team that you'd like to see me go and do this with, because now we've kind of prove the concept of, doing it within the space of a game, I feel like we can maybe make this a bit of a thing. So if there's any team or sport or anything that you'd like to see me try and do this with in the future, let me know in the comments down below, and let's see if we can make it happen. Aside from that, guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and again, thank you to everybody involved in making it happen. What a blast this entire process was. I hope you've enjoyed it as well, and I will see you again for another adventure here on the channel very soon.